Hello, welcome back again. Time for the next video. Today, as mentioned in the last video, we'll be tackling the head unit and getting rid of the awful alarm the car came with. I record this much later than the footage you're about to see. So, as with the previous video, apologies for the quality difference. This should be the last video that uses old footage. So, yeah, bear with me. A little context in regards to the alarm. When I got the car, it had this generic key fob with it. The buttons don't show anything what they actually do. I believe this button was used for locking and unlocking the car, and one of them just triggered the alarm for whatever reason, and the others didn't do anything. The main reason I wanted to mess with it is because I was unable to open the rear trunk area. Like when you go out to shop and you want to put stuff in there, there was no way to open it easily besides either putting the key in or using the switch right here in the center console. And I found it very annoying. And if the car is locked and you put the key in to open it, it will trigger the alarm. So absolutely infuriating. Accidentally triggered it a few times in my neighborhood, and I don't know, I found it very embarrassing, and the whole thing was just annoying to use. And well, this is some stupid aftermarket nonsense. So yeah, we're getting rid of it and installing a normal Mazda solution for locking and unlocking the car. No more aftermarket nonsense. Let's go. Okay, next up is this AliExpress special head unit. I mean, it works. I'll give it bonus points for having a volume knob. Unfortunately, the sound on it is absolute trash. So we're gonna take it out. I'm going to swap it with the one I have in the Leon, and this will go in there when it's getting sold. So let's find out how the previous owner has wired this up. I really hope it's not a hack job. Let's find out. I will not be doing any audio comparisons because, you know, YouTube, plus I'll never be able to record it the way you can hear it in the car, so I don't think it's worthwhile. Well, let's see what we find here. Appears to be kind of stuck in there. I have to figure out what's keeping it in there. It looks like it's held in with some custom made brackets. I'll figure it out and continue from there. Okay, I managed to get it out. Looks like it was kind of getting blocked by these massive screw heads. Well, at least the previous owner used a proper adapter for the wires instead of doing a hack job, so that's great. Not sure what these are for. They seem to be going to the back somewhere. I'll have to figure that out, but yeah, it's out. Nice. Also, let me know what you think of this carbon fiber wrap. I don't hate it, but there's nothing else in the car that looks like this. As far as I can tell, the original color underneath is silver. Drop some ideas down below. Okay, I have traced these back into the boot. I'm guessing there used to be some sort of amplifier or subwoofer attached. There's nothing there now, but I'm not sure if I will leave them or take it out. I have no intention of installing anything in the boot, so I don't know, we'll see. Okay, traced all the stuff to the back, took it out. I don't need it. We'll keep it since it seems to be in totally fine condition. Maybe it'll be useful at some point, who knows. I had to unbolt the seat to undo this, whatever the hell it is, and as I did that I also removed this, which the previous owner had installed down at the bottom of the seat. I actually quite like the idea of having it, at least in the future, for when it is turboed, but for now the girlfriend has complained on several occasions that it was kind of in the way, so for now I'm taking it out, and I'd like to find a better solution to mount it, maybe on the roll bar. We'll see. As for this mess, seems to be for LED strips. I think I saw some mounted at the bottom. It didn't look like they were working, or well, I guess they are not plugged in. Maybe that's what the USB port on the radio was used for. Either way, I don't want them, so I'm taking them out. In the bin. Since I'm busy with the radio, I'll probably put this in the same video. The car has a aftermarket alarm system and immobilizer. It's super annoying. I want to get rid of it. I've already removed the siren from the engine bay, so if it is triggered, at least the whole neighborhood doesn't need to hear the horrendous noise. But yeah, I want to get rid of all of it and restore the factory setup. I have a matching remote, so hopefully this works out. While I was busy with the radio, I found this portion, and I have to find all the other stuff under the dashboard. I will not be filming all of it because it is way too difficult and I don't really know what I'm doing, so I will just put portions in there that make big progress. After disassembling a large part, I've traced some wiring all the way up to the front. Now the daunting part under the dashboard is left. Well, a bajillion tire wraps and a lot of effort later, all of it is out. Good riddance. Now it's time to see if it still starts. Okay, moment of truth. Now, having removed all the alarm garbage, I also managed to sync up a OE style keyfob, which will now let me unlock, lock, and most importantly, pop the trunk. With the card still disassembled from removing the alarm, I'm using the opportunity to place the wiring for this reverse camera while I'm working on the radio. Alright, so it's been quite a while since the portion of removal. I had to sort a few things out. Main thing of which is this 3D printed frame, which I found online for download, but it was made for a specific radio and not this one, so I had to really heavily modify it. The surround on it fits really super tightly on the device itself. The side portions I didn't measure because the creator said they were ISO, so I was kind of assuming they would line up. Clearly I was wrong, should have measured. I don't think it will really matter, so that's okay. I just hope the outside fits properly. We're about to find out. And the last portion, I routed the reverse camera wiring basically at the same place where the old amplifier wires were going. So I have that now running here and coming out of here. So I labeled this. This should go to the reverse wire. So I'm going to wire that up now and get back to you after that. So with that all neatly wired up, now we can connect this. And that should be it for the camera, I hope. First time doing this, but well, that's what I found. So now this plug can connect with these. And that goes into the head unit. So now we can connect all the other stuff. It has a GPS for your favorite navigation. I'm not entirely sure if I need to use this for the camera or the other one. I guess I'll find out. From what I can tell from stuff online, this should work. It does have a camera portion, so there's some USB stuff which I normally use for my music, and you can of course also connect a cable for charging your phone of choice. Yeah, that's about it. So with everything hooked up to the back, I've routed the USB cables to the glove box, and now it's time to see how good of a job I did with my modeling of this frame and see if it all fits. It is very bulky behind it. Okay, I don't know, that seems at least very stuck. Okay, I had to fiddle with it a bit, but Now it's in there properly, and yeah, looks good. I will wire up the rest of the reverse camera on a different day. It's getting kind of late already, but well, for you this will be just seconds later. Alright, good deal later since the last clip. This is the stuff at the back. I have the camera right here, and as far as I understand, I need to splice these together, and they go on the reverse light, which is this wire right here, and that one goes to the ground, which will be the black one right here. I will splice it on the tail light harness, so if I fuck up or want to undo it, I can replace just this portion, which is separate, as opposed to the one on the car, which is right here. So yeah, I'll do that right now, and then we can test afterwards. Okay, I wired up the stuff at the back. Let's see if it works. Ah, hell yeah. Okay, it's upside down, but that's fine. So it works. Now I just need to figure out how to mount it correctly. I'll have to think about that, but we'll cut to that part right now. Okay, I've routed it behind the bumper from back there. So the grommet for the taillight bulbs. Still unsure how to mount it. I could theoretically just drill it into the bumper like that, but I don't want to make additional holes in it. So unfortunately the plate holder is a little bit lower, and it doesn't really allow me to just straight up put it behind it like that, which I was kind of hoping it would. I might have to create some very thin plate to just slot it in behind it. Yeah, I'll have to get back to that. Okay, after carefully considering my options and my lack of fabricating skills, I have decided to anyway drill it into the bumper directly. It's just less hassle, and I have no intention of getting rid of it. So, and even if I wanted to undo it, I think the holes will be small enough to patch, so let's do it. I've marked on the bumper where I want it to be. I found these screws to hook it up. They are not pointy, so I'll pre-drill the bumper. I gave the screws a little bit of paint, but I guess some of it will come off when I screw them in. So I'll have to touch it up after. So, with the camera securely mounted, I put this cover piece back on, and this job is done. Well, with the radio installed and the backup camera functioning, there's some small details to round it off. Since I took the radio out of the Seat, it still shows the logo I made for that. So that's obviously no longer fitting, and I've made a new one to fit for the MX-5. So let's activate that. And since the MX-5's lighting is not actually red, let's change it. That's probably more accurate. Very nice. Job complete. Now, normally when upgrading the head unit, you might also as well upgrade the speakers. But the previous owner has already installed these Alpine Type E. I don't know much about them, but well, I'm pretty sure Alpine is a well-regarded brand and they sound fine. So I will leave them. Alright, let's round off this video. We've gotten rid of the horrendous aftermarket alarm nonsense. The car now starts as it should with the factory solution. We upgraded the head unit for more features and significantly improved sound, and installed a rear view camera. All in all, good stuff, I would say. The next video will be all the clutch related stuff, some of which I will do myself and some will be done. I'll explain more in the next video. Should be a bit shorter, not that much to cover. So see you next time.